Welcome to Level TV with the Jawbone up. Up sounds quite easy and it will take your spirit up, since this is a tracker, a fitness tracker, which tells you how many steps you did every day, but only if you plug it into your smartphone or smart device. And there's no wireless functionality in here, but what's great about this is that you only have to charge it every 8 to 10 days, which is of course quite great. And my favorite feature about this is actually, since this is an armband, a wristband, is that it wakes you up in the morning if you want it to let you wake up, and it will wake you up when it's the perfect time, so you are not sleepy when you get up. So as you can see here, I have the size L in blue. There's a few different colors available, and it will guide you here through the app, and that's actually already described here on the back with move, sleep, eat, take action. So of course that's quite great, but for 129 bucks I will take action, of course, since I don't want to pay so much money and then just wear it since it's a nice blue. Otherwise you need an iOS or Android device. And you can plug it in maybe in the future, even in other devices also, since this has a standard 3.5mm headphone jack to synchronize the data. But otherwise, you will see we will see if Jawbone is giving out more apps. Here on the side it only says actually available on the App Store, but as I said, it's also available on Android. So let's unbox it and show you a little bit around the app and around the device. I mean, the device is not too thrilling, but you should check it out up close, of course. So we have here right away on the bottom a little door which you can open up, and then the manual falls out, which is in English and in Espanol. So in Spanish, all you need to do is plug it into your device, a smart device, and download the app, and then it will right away register. Here you can see actually we have a little moon and a little sun sign, so you know when it's in sleep mode or in action or day mode. You could say sleep mode is of course important if you want it or to track your sleep and wake you up in the morning, and there's of course disclaimers and so on inside, so not too much interesting in there. But what's needed and what you shouldn't lose is this part. This is the charger, so you can plug it into your computer to charge it, but what I'm advising you is to get a smartphone charger like this or a tablet charger, which gives out a lot of power. This is now from my Sony Xperia T, you can just plug it in like that, and then it gives you out the power, so you can charge the device in only 1.5 hours, and that's totally cool for 10 days or 8 days of use. As you can see on the other side, of course, only 3.5mm port, and maybe this even works with the Apple iPod Nano, I think, or even smaller one is the one that charges also through 3.5mm plug. So, but the most interesting part is of course the device itself. As I said, it's available in different colors. We got the blue one here for review from Jawbone, and you can see here this actually feels also quite nice and rubberish, kind of like, well, I don't know. It's a standard wristband. I mean, you would not expect it to cost 129 bucks. And I can just hear it actually, that it's a little bit making some noises when you do this, but of course it's virtually unbreakable since there is a lot of rubber inside here. The tech is all on the top of the band, and here on the bottom where you have the button, the two LEDs that I was telling you about, and actually you can of course take off the Jawbone cap off also, and then you have here the 3.5mm thingy with connector. But this is actually not waterproof, so you should not go swimming with this, but it's sweat proof, you could say. So maybe in the shower this is fine, but you should not take it underwater. Since there is a button here, that's the button that you have to press, and then it's vibrating and showing the little LED to you that it's in active or day mode or in night mode. So if I take it on or put it on, you will see that it looks like this. You can wear it this way around or the other way around. The other way around you have the Jawbone sign and the button right here on the bottom. And depending on your wrist size, of course, it can expand a little bit up to this. So even people that have an S, M or L and chose the wrong size, it's actually hard to choose the wrong size, since there's a PDF online where you can just try it out for yourself. It's actually totally fine here for me with my not too big wrist, and you can see that it's also here moving a little bit, which is quite nice. So if I take it off, pull off the plug, and plug it into my Apple iPhone, it will synchronize. But before I show you every feature that I know here on the Apple iPhone, I have something on the Samsung Galaxy S3 here also, where you can see that I'm actually here in the App Store, and it's also available, of course, for Android. As you can see here, just by looking for Jawbone, you will find the app right away. It's called Up by Jawbone, and you can install it. It's 30 megabytes, and it was updated last time 3 weeks ago. So Jawbone is updating their app all the time, and actually I think I haven't even closed the app. Well, I have closed the app on here, so you can just see I have the app right there. Just open it up, and by opening it up and going out of the barcode feature, you will see that since the app is plugged in, it should synchronize actually. Maybe I haven't moved enough. Let me plug it in again. There we go, detecting up band sync. 81% battery status, about 8 days left. I have added 116 steps since I just plugged it in the German video before, and I walked around the apartment a little bit, and I can just go here into the details where I can see right away I stepped 1,928 times today, which is 1.7 kilometers. Of course, you can change it from the metric system to miles and everything else that you would like. Foot. We were active for 60 minutes today. 3 minutes 15 was idle, so I was sitting on my butt for a long time in front of the computer, and I burned 136 calories, which is a quarter of a chocolate bar. I should move more, that's for sure. I can add a comment and put this, of course, in sharing mode, where it's interesting since Jawbone created a little bit of a social network for themselves. You can see here some other people moved a little bit more. Today 8,000 steps, 4,000 steps, and I can see the sleeping time, and what you were able to see here before is a little smiley by me, which is one of my favorite features and looks just quite ridiculously cute. You can see here I can set different mood states here and tell my friends what mood I am in. Also quite great about the app is you have the little dish sign here on the side, where if I press it, you will get here right away into breakfast, drinks, fruits, greens, veggies, sandwiches, pasta, meats, common foods, snacks, desserts and sweets. I ate some dessert before, I think it was cookies, and then I can just tap to continue and add a plus. Oops, let's do it again. Okay, let's do something, let's say croissant. I can check the code here, the UPC code. So if I have a product, I don't have anything to eat right now here out of the box, but for example I have a speaker here, and I could just really take here the code here on the side, and then it tracks it right away. Let's do it again. And it sees it right away, it sees the number, and it tells me, of course, this is not a food right now, so I cannot do it this way, but I could enter the number manually, for example, if it's a packed food, but I can just go out here, and maybe the best example is if I do fruits. Let's do this. So I can just go ahead and say I had some fruits, veggies and so on. I had maybe an apple. Go on here. I can just add the nutrition manually, the calories that I think the apple had. Say save. And there we go. I had one dish. You can see here the third thing arrived, and it says here also on my timeline I had an apple. And I can say it was yummy. So you can see this is quite a little bit of an interesting device, but what the best features are actually are here on the side. You were able to see I can set my team. I have now a few friends using the app. You can set your whole family, for example, using this app, and then you can see your kids, how much moving they had during the day. For example, I can go to my Lifeline, where you can see the last 3 days I've been using this, that I reached my 100%, for example, here. I can check what time it was. I had 11,000 steps, I had a good night's sleep, and so on. And I had a dish, you can see it here also on the bottom, the little green sign says I had a dish. And I also set my mood right there. Otherwise there is trends. Trends, again, the same thing actually, but a little bit more basic. Notifications, you can set of course notifications and see notifications. I have new friends. I can set other apps that could use this here also. You can see here there's quite a few, so it's quite great that you can use it with IFTTT, which is quite great to maybe even signalize to my what's it called? The Hue, you know, the Hue bulbs, which are by Philips. You can connect this wristband to those via Wi-Fi, and then I can see, or I could see, for example, if my kids reach their goal, then the bulbs go green or anything like that. It's quite interesting. You can do a lot of interacting here with different apps, which is of course great. You can go back to my profile where you can only see here your own things. If I go back home, you can go here to the right side, which is actually even more interesting for the headband or for the wristband itself, since you can set the sleep timer, which I already told you about, which wakes you up at perfect state. You can say, okay, I want to log my workout, which is also great if you want to work out and see how many calories you burned. You just tell it that you were swimming, running, anything like that. Swimming actually not really, since this is only, as I said, splash waterproof, not real waterproof. But what you can do also is you can do a power nap quickly. You can set the sleep alarm again. Let me show you here the options. If I go here on this one, I can set to wake me up to 30 minutes before, depending on which sleep state I'm in. It will be better if I wake up earlier, which is of course quite good. It will never wake you up later. It will wake you up actually by vibrating. There's a little motor inside and you can feel it actually quite good. Even when I'm just pressing the button, you press the button, you will feel when you change between night mode and day mode, the little vibration. And you can set of course a goal. You don't only want 10,000 steps a day, but you want more maybe. Then you can set it to up to 20, 30, whatever you want. Okay, I'm not sure if you would reach 100,000, but that would be an interesting achievement. So yes, this is actually basically the Up wristband. Quite great little device. I love it. You can use it, as I said, here with different smartphones, tablets, or anything that has actually iOS or Android. And there's quite a few things for Android. Of course, there is even cheaper ones. You can see it fits quite greatly. You have it on fast, and you can sync it more than one time during the day. So this is quite great. Thank you much for watching. Till next time, please tune in again. My name is Balazs Gal. I hope you liked the review. If you did, please subscribe, and thank you much for watching.